Om Shri Shankara Namaha. That's the eighth question by Martanda Shankara. Shri Gurave with Sahasrakoti Namaskarams and gratitude submitting this question. Shri Mata, in a divine satsangam said about how Lord Shiva destroyed Tripura Nagaram with a divine smile instead of releasing the arrow to teach the Devas. Is there a connection of arrow to divine smile and Lord's smile to destruction Antakam? The former, which is relating to it to the Devas present, and the latter to those who learn about this divine example. Sharanam Charano Prabhati. Blessings, my dear child. Your question has got a few parts. Yes, Lord Shiva destroyed Tripura Nagaram with just one smile. Punnagaittu Puram Meritta Peruman, says the glorious Tamil language. Without releasing the arrow, His Highness was able to demolish the Tripura Nagaras with that smile. Yes, the smile exuded from Lord Shiva to teach all the Devas who for 1 second who had become the chariot, the charioteer, that bow, that arrow, that wheels, and every other part of existence, activated their ahamkaram to think that they were useful to Lord Shiva. Because of that, Lord needed to teach, because otherwise they are at risk of falling from the divine realm. So Lord stops releasing the arrow and releases a smile instead. In the spiritual concept, various things replace another. For example, here we see a smile replacing an arrow. The same way, in Shri Kurukshetra Yuddham, the great Yuddham itself was not fought by Sri Krishna, but the state of being a Sarathi replaced the fight itself. Sri Krishna, rather than fighting, did the fight by being a Sarathi. The same way, when we look into Sri Ramayana, it was that smile of Devi Sita which Her Highness was gifted by Lord Shiva that stopped Ravana from even stepping close to Devi Sita. Without that smile, nothing would have happened to Devi Sita, but the entire Ramayana would have collapsed. Imagine. Devi Sita is the Mahapativrata. And if Ravana touched the Mahapativrata, he would become ashes. And then Lord Sriman Narayana as Sri Rama could not harvest this Ravana. To register in time that when Shiva's Atmalingam is sought after by a spiritual traveler without having bhakti towards Lord, and to go and to be near Lord to give, and if one takes from Lord, then this is the sorry state they will meet, because the Lord of Nourishment, Srimad Mahavishnu, has arrived and has destroyed Ravana. Being destroyed by the destructive force like Veerabhadra, Kalabhairava, Rudra is different to be destroyed by that cosmic nourisher from whose undi comes the creator. So creation and nourishment destroyed this Ravana. Never again can he ever be created or nourished. That's what it meant. So in this episode, if Sita Devi's smile did not stop Ravana at a distance, if he had neared any further, he would have turned to ashes. And this wouldn't have stayed in history, as the Ravana is never ever coming back into Srushti and Sthiti. It is said that at the point of Sri Devi Sita and Sri Ramachandra Murti's glorious Thiru Kalyanam, the gift given to Devi Sita by Lord Shiva was that smile. Lord smiles at Devi Sita. The same smile. But when Lord smiles, the intent shifts. Even when Lord smiled, Devi Sita received that smile, smiled back. But that smile kept an asura called Ravana away. Here also Lord smiled. And Lord's smile had so much of aggression in it. Just because the recipient was the Tripura brothers, that they collapsed into dust. Even the danger can happen by just a smile if it is Lord who is exuding it. Now, your next part of the question is the former, which is relating to the Devas, meaning Lord smiled to teach the Devas that they were not required for launching that arrow to destroy the Tripura Nagaram. But here Lord is not just telling them that they're unimportant, but Lord is telling them, beware, ahamkaram can happen at any point, and gives them Pashupata Vratam, through which all the gods can constantly submit their ahamkaram to Lord Shiva, for whom there is no ahamkaram in existence in eternity that will engulf His Highness. Lord Shiva is Lord Shiva because ahamkaram does not engulf or affect Lord. So that is what Lord is teaching to the Devas. And in the latter, according to your question, which means the Asuras, His Highness teaches a divine lesson. And that lesson is, you might have had a varam that you should be killed only by a bhanam, which is an arrow, a single arrow. But Lord used a smile instead of an arrow to collapse the Tripura Nagaras. The concept of the bhanam, which is the arrow, is that of that which releases itself from the launcher, hits the target and destroys the target or attacks the target. That is what a bhanam does. And the duty of the bhanam is to go from the one who is launching to the one who is the target. Smile does the same. It goes from the one who is launching, it goes to the one who is the target. After reaching the target, the bhanam attacks the target. After reaching the target, the smile too attacks the target. It forcefully enters in. Imagine, if somebody is smiling at you, you smile back, or if you dislike them, then you fume inside. In both ways, the smile has entered to produce a reaction. For Asuras, the smile creates an agitation inside, and this agitation collapses everything and they become dust. The bhanam and the smile are the same. The concept is the same. That is why Lord is said to have, Lord is also said to have smithananam. Ananam means face, smitham means smile. What that smile does in us defines who we are at that point. If our karmas are activated, the same smitham can activate ahamkaram and cause destruction. If it is just the Jiva Chaitanyam that is activated at that point, it can cause ascent and learning. So through one smile, Lord taught two concepts, one to Devas, one to Asuras. To Asuras, His Highness taught destruction can never be stopped. When adharmam has engulfed you, you will be destroyed. And through the destruction, His Highness released them from their own torment. And on the side of the Devas, His Highness was giving a message. If your ahamkaram engulfs, you will be useless to the divine realm. What a Banam can do with all your support, even my smile can do. So don't delude yourself that we are bigger than a concept, bigger than any concept. Concept is always bigger than self. So Lord Shiva was blessing them with Pashupatam, which is a part of Shiva Tattvam that needs to engulf one so that ahamkaram doesn't. Blessings, my dear child.